Hello, Jimmy Leeds here, Boro Fan TV, on the second episode of our new show, The Third Half, our weekly debate show where we discuss all the latest issues in regards to Middlesbrough Football Club and obviously a lot of input from you, the fans. This week's guest, good friend of mine, AJT. Thanks for coming on, AJT.
Cheers for having me, pleasure.
AJT, regular guest on the shows. We've guested on a match day. Also got his own video YouTube blog as well where he comments on the football match as well. So he's also worth a follow, good lad, knows his onions. As mentioned last week, this week's show is all about the transfer window. Because there was no match last week, we're going to talk about all the incomings and outgoings through the summer transfer window. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever the fans think, and also what myself and AJT think about that as well. But first things first, as to do with any fan that comes on the show, AJT, it's a quick fire fans questions. Bit of a change round from last week, what the White Hat Merchant Banker had Josh himself on his questions. So change around a little bit, so think on your feet.
Okay.
And tell us what you think. So, 14 questions. Now, favourite ever player?
Caribou.
Random choice, mate.
Met him at the service station after the Coventry game and went to the toilet next to him.
Did you?
Yep.
But that was an experience.
Box next to me and I just...
His experience in the toilets goes far and wide.
Pretty cool geezer.
Oh, fair play, mate. Wife was alright as well. Favourite ever match? Quick fire questions.
I know, man. I'm trying to think. Let's go Style Bucharest.
Style, good choice, mate.
Great game.
Favourite ever goal?
It's got to be Macaroni's goal and it's Style Bucharest, the last minute winner.
Fair play.
Right in front of me as well.
It's hard to argue with that, mate. Worst player you've ever seen for the Borough?
Well, you know what? It's one of them.
We've had a lot.
Michael Ricketts.
Michael Ricketts,
he was horrendous, yeah. Michael Ricketts.
Frank Bruno. Best value for money signing we've ever had in your time?
Janino.
Fair shout. Best away day you've ever been on?
Man United away and beating 1-0. Boxic scored.
Good shout. Best away day burger?
I don't know, man, I don't even know. Man United away, so Man United away.
Best away day pint?
Burnley,
yeah?
For the beer garden that we had there at the time we drew 1-1 and they scored the last minute winner.
Yeah.
We had our own little beer garden.
Is it good?
Oh, yeah, special.
Good stuff. Favourite kit you've ever seen a Borough have?
The one I'm wearing.
Right?
Yeah, I love this
kit. This is my favourite as well.
Is it?
Yeah. Right. Best stadium you've ever visited?
Anfield.
Right.
Atmosphere was unreal.
Right.
I feel like you'll never walk alone. You have to experience that once in your life.
There's shout that for a bit and then the quiet the rest of the
game. Pretty much.
Saddest moment as a Borough fan? What's left you most upset?
When I went to Eindhoven, we should get beat 4-0.
Yeah.
That was probably the most depressing time I've ever had as a Borough fan.
My 21st birthday, that, you know.
Was it?
Yeah, I was spent my 21st birthday. Yeah. And funniest moment as a Borough fan, something that's made you laugh?
Robbie Savage, I think it was him, he had to change his shorts on the touchline. I still remember. I don't know why I remember, but yeah, I remember that.
Right, so there are some more questions and it answers that one. Where do you think Borough finish this season?
Top of the league.
Top of the league. I like it.
Always.
If you had to compare yourself to one Borough player, who would it be?
Let's go Michael Ricketts.
So literally the worst player you've ever seen. That reminds you of yourself. I like it, mate. Brutally honest. Yeah, very nice. Right, so what we're going to talk about now, AJT, is we're going to go through the incoming transfers through this transfer window, including the loan signs that we got in. We'll touch briefly on a few of the under-23 signs that we've had, just if you were impressed with what we've done in regards to that. But we'll focus on the big boys, the first teamers, and how we think they're going to do for us. So the first one we're going to bring on is the big money signing this summer, Britt Assombalonga, £15 million centre forward from Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
I'm still on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a fantastic player, as we know, but it's keeping him fit is the main part, keeping him injury free.
Yeah.
But it's like I know we've only just started the season. Don't get me wrong, but as he really showed his £15 million valuation.
Well, it's. I mean, that's probably not me. Not yet. No, it's.
I know you got a couple against Burton. Fair play.
Yeah. I think I would have minded grabbing a couple that day as well myself.
Oh yeah, anyone could have scored past them, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Know what I mean? But I mean, look at Nottingham Forest. People say the occasion got to him.
Yeah, it definitely did.
But when you're worth that much money, I'm sorry, but you've got to be scoring at least one-on-ones.
I think it was an experience to the lad. I don't think he's been in such a situation like that before. He will never have been into a ground and been booed before. And he's still a young lad, so experience that now. I think that's a learning curve for him. I think next time he goes to Forest, hopefully we get promoted, they don't, and then he won't be for a while. But I think he'll be better for that. I really do. He looks the part to me. He really does. I just think he's gonna. If he gets 2 games on a bounce with a couple of goals, I think it'd be difficult to stop him scoring.
Oh yeah, I think once he gets off the mark, like I said, I think he'll be well on his way. But it's just getting that, you know, that little bit more confidence in him, getting him off the mark a bit more, and then watch him fly. Hopefully, hopefully the £50 million valuation, you know, does prove his worth. But
that's it. That's
to wait and see, won't we? You know.
Well, record signing, so it comes with a big price tag. You know, we haven't broke our record for a long time. Fonzo Alves last time we broke our record, and Lee said about that the better. I think the time before that, I think it was Massimo Macaroni. So it hasn't gone well the last few times, record signings. But no, obviously Macaroni paid his dues.
Yeah,
I think he did Bucharest semi-final, Basel quarter-final. But no, I'm expecting big things from Britt myself. I think it'll be a fantastic signing. I think he's the ideal number 9. I don't think he suits the systems we've been playing. I'd love to see Britt play up top by himself in a 4-2-3-1, because I think that's what will suit him more. Make sure he doesn't go further than the 18-yard box to stay within that space and make that space his own. I think it would be fantastic.
It annoyed me against Preston that when he kept going out wide and getting the ball, he had to kind of do all the work himself. Yeah. Kind of frustrated me a little bit because I thought he needs to be like almost like the target man, if you like.
Yeah, target man or playing off the shoulder. If we're attacking centrally, get off the shoulder, bully that defender out the way and get on the end of that, which I think that's what his game's about. We haven't played to his strengths yet, I think, but I do think going forward, hopefully in regards to the few of the younger introductions we've had and things like that, and we do have a change of shape, I think it will work better for him. But yeah, big money signing, record signing for the club. It's good to show that intent from the early doors for this season, and let's see how we go from that one. Next signing we'll have a look at as well, £9 million from Toulouse with Danish international Martin Braithwaite. We haven't seen much of him as of yet.
Not seen anything really.
Hasn't he? Yeah, we had the Wolves game, Augsburg, everyone's walking out the stadium telling me he's going to be the next Janino. Which obviously happens quite a lot with Boro fans. You always get very excited. There is a lot of pressure on his shoulders at the moment though, AJT, because a lot of fans are thinking, as soon as Braithwaite's back, we'll start winning every game.
It's annoying, isn't it? I mean, sometimes it can affect the player. Obviously, I don't know if they ever get word of whatever, but just let the kind of guy feel it for his own. If you know what I mean. Let him come in. Don't put pressure. Don't mourn him if he loses the ball. His first game back and whatnot.
It's hard to say that, Boro fans, mate.
Of course it is. You know what I mean. But you just got to get behind him. Get behind the whole team. Obviously he's come back from injury. Might take him a few games to obviously find his feet again. And I just think take your time with him, and I'm sure he'll come good. I'm sure him and Braithwaite, him and Assombalonga will, link up eventually. Which is giving them both time. I think big price valuations on them for the championship. To be fair, Braithwaite, I don't think he's ever played the championship before.
No, he hasn't. No.
So it's a new league. Got to let him feel for it. Got to let him get used to it. I think once he does, I think he'll click and he will come good.
Interesting one on Braithwaite. A lot of Boro fans got excited from him, and ironically, I signed him on FIFA. Before he came to the Boro, when he's been good for me on FIFA, to be fair. Playing as centre forward now, do you see Martin Braithwaite as a centre forward for Boro, or do you see him more behind the centre forward?
Well, unfortunately, I've never had him on FIFA, so that
kind
of goes out the window.
Can't judge a player on that. You have bigger hair on FIFA as well, so
I think he's retired on mine now.
Is he? How deep are you into that?
I think 2025 is what I'm in now.
You need to get out more.
I'm in it, man. I'm in it, but like I say, I'm centre forward. Well, I'm yet to know. When Boro fans yet to know. Like I say, I'm sure if he's out wide, if he's not like position, whatever, if he doesn't click, sure Monk will look into it and then whatever. But I think it's going to be hard to knock Assombalonga from being up front by himself, for instance. And so if he gets injured, and obviously if Braithwaite can come into his position, fantastic. We can get the goals. We talk about scoring goals in this league. Let's be honest. Let's say we'll wait to see how it goes, pretty much, But as for right now, I think put him out wide, see how it goes, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Take us on to the next forward that we signed, £6.5 million from West Ham, Ashley Fletcher. A bit of an unknown quantity for anyone, to be fair. Came with a good pedigree. He's hearing things in regards to he would have been playing ahead of Marcus Rashford if he wasn't on loan at Barnsley at the time, by all accounts. So he was quite highly thought of at United. Didn't sign a new contract there, even though he was offered one. Went to West Ham United. Didn't pull up any trees. Come to Boro. He started one league game, one cup game. Haven't seen a lot of him to make any judgment yet, but he looks pacey. He looks athletic. What do you think?
I'm impressed by the signing. Very impressed from what I've seen. It just looks quality, I think. He gets on the ball, chases down the ball as well. I mean, when the defender gets the ball, you can't see players back off, he just keeps running at you. I'm really impressed, and I think obviously with being in the age that he is, Do you know what I mean? You can only learn the game more, and obviously you can only get better if you like. And once he matures properly to the game, if you've still got him, I think that valuation, it's a kind of a bargain.
Yeah,
especially if you're getting big talk from Man United and whatnot. You know what I mean? Monk obviously sees something in him, which obviously he can develop in his game, and obviously it could be exciting times ahead. Like I say, I mean, we talk about Assombalonga if he ever gets injured. We've got potentially Braithwaite could play his position. We've got Bamford there as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously got Fletcher, so...
And Gishted, who's had a good season
so
far.
him, So I mean, like I say, but as for Fletcher, I'm very excited by him, and every time he comes on, I think he always looks like he can do, almost like he can change the game in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm very impressed by him.
And he did, to be fair. I'll go back to Nottingham Forest away. We brought him on. We went to a 4-4-2. Well, I don't know what it was at the end of it. We just kind of lumped everything up top. But he looked dangerous to play with, and he looked like a nightmare to defend against. And I think he's keen as mustard. And he's a player Gary Monk tried to sign when he was at Leeds last January on loan as well. So he's definitely a Monk sign. I think one thing. I'm going to have to put another pound in my Karanka jar, but we mentioned a lot of signings being Victor Orta signings. I think all barring one, being Martin Braithwaite, are all Gary Monk signings this year, which is huge backing for the manager, I think. Martin Braithwaite, I think, was scouted through Gary Gill, and Gary Gill's got an eye for a European player, signed like Yellow Vossen and stuff in the past. But yeah, I think Ashley Fletcher's a player that Gary Monk really likes, and I think he can see long-term future with him. Championship Rashford is probably the best description I've seen of him so far, but I can live with that, like.
Oh, so can I. Exciting sign, like I say, once he matures, he can only get better. Yeah,
agreed. Next player to go on, signed from Norwich City, is Jonny Howson, £5 million Norwich City. Predominantly defensive midfielder, but for some reason Boro fans watch YouTube and saw his 35-yard screamers and think he's going to do that week in, week out. I can hear a lot of boos and a lot of people slating him on a weekly basis in the terraces. He hasn't pulled up any trees, of course he hasn't, but I wouldn't say he's been terrible. I don't know what fans are expecting Jonny Howson to do. AJT, what do you think?
I don't want to be negative, man. I don't want to start slating the guy, but...
You don't be negative on the show, mate. Just won't be invited on again.
I don't know about Jonny Howson. I loved him at Norwich. I thought he was absolutely fantastic.
But based on seeing him limited times, though, yeah?
Well, yeah.
Of course it is. We don't see him week in, week out.
But
we don't have Norwich season tickets.
I mean, I've been this season, do you know what I mean? Obviously you've been yourself. I watch him and I just think you don't really do enough. I kind of feel like when he gets the ball, he doesn't go forward. Like his first option is to like go back. If you like,
Adam Clayton's been doing that for the last 3 years, and everyone loves him.
Say I love Clayton, yeah.
So he's doing exactly the same thing. I think I've always said, I've been saying that's what weeks put Leadbitter in. Yeah. Birmingham's drop Howson, and that's a big shout. But put Leadbitter in. Leadbitter for me seems to just dominate the game, midfield wise. Well, he did against Scunthorpe, but I'm not going to get too excited over
that. Well, no, of course not. But I think Jonny Howson's come in, and I just don't know, man. Like, $5 million is a lot of money for a championship midfield, if you like. And just, I don't know, for me, I don't know, there's just something about him that I'm not in, just something about him that I'm probably obviously at the minute I'm not impressed by. Yeah, well, the thing is, what you expect, if Adam Clayton can pass sideways all day, and just based on his defensive midfield, why can't Jonny Howson be alright with that? What does Adam Clayton get away with that he doesn't? It's Adam Clayton, isn't it, I think? Yeah, he's got a beard or something. He's got a lovely beard, lovely head of hair, and a lovely missus as well. And he's a fan's favourite, Adam Clayton. You can't get away with that. I did see there was some action on Twitter the other week with there's the lad, I'll admit it now, he sits next to me. He's one of my good mates, Jimmy Harrison. He slated Clayton on Twitter. He did go a bit far, but there was a lot of things he said, and I think if Jonny Howson can't get away with sideways passing, just trying to move the ball and getting away at people, which I think Jonny Howson does quite well, why did Adam Clayton not get away with it? I think Adam Clayton's a grafter though as well, isn't he? So Jonny Howson, he covers more space than Clayton does on a daily basis. I just don't know, I mean, obviously I watch Jonny Howson, I watch Adam Clayton, and I just feel like Adam Clayton I don't know, he just seems to get stuck in more. He does go forward from time to time as well, Clayton. I know he goes back and sideways, obviously that must be his game, but when he goes forward, he looks dangerous when he goes forward. Whereas I watch Jonny Howson, I just feel like, I don't know, I'm dead uneasy about him at the minute. That's why I'm saying, bring Leadbitter in, and I don't know, maybe might wake House up a little bit. I don't know. It's just something about House and I'm just not impressed by it at the minute. You're not the only one thinking that. You're not. So I'm not picking on you. Thinking you're out of order when I'm saying it. I think personally Jonny Howson will come good. Yeah, I really do, and I think he's got a lot to offer. I think he needs a little bit more freedom. Yeah. I don't think he's getting given up with the system we've been playing so far. It's a gelling as well, to be fair. Of course, he's coming to a new team. Everyone's saying he's played with Clayton before. He played a handful of appearances with Clayton before, so let's not read too much into that. But I think there's a lot that we can get from Jonny Howson. I think he will become better. I think our fans need to give him time. And we do like a boo boy. Everyone likes a boo boy.
but I think we've got other people who are ahead of Jonny Howson at the moment. Brings on to probably my favourite sign of the season so far. The Wall, as Gino calls him, Darren Randolph, £5 million from West Ham. Fantastic signing so far. He's looked impressive in regards to everything. His distribution's been good shot stopper. He's the best I've seen coming for crosses for a long time at Boro. £5 million looks a snip. Yeah,
I mean, it's a bargain. It's an absolute bargain. I mean, when I seen we were linked with him, I honestly didn't think we'd get him because he's that good.
Yeah.
When we got him, I was absolutely over the moon. Yeah. He's absolutely fantastic. As much as I love Dimmy, and I love Dimmy, I'll always love Dimmy.
Everyone loves Dimmy. Yeah,
Randolph's just he's unbelievable, man. He's just the way he commands his box. You know, he's not afraid to go out for a cross, as you say. He honestly, he's fantastic. And don't get me wrong, he's going to put a foot wrong here and there, but overall,
mistakes.
$5 million, Premier League experience as well.
Yeah.
It's practically like West Ham's #1 last season.
He was West Ham's #1 last season. Yeah,
he was just a fantastic keeper, and the fact that we got him, mate, is unbelievable.
I think it's a great coup for the club. Ireland #1.
Yeah.
Played the other night, and he'll be playing this week as well for Ireland. Played in Euros last year. Every keeper has a mistake, and the only thing you notice with a keeper is if you make a mistake, generally it's a goal. But I think it's an absolute snip. I really do. I know there's young Reese who's on the videos who the Preston fans seem to love. He said, no, he thinks Dimmy's a better keeper. I think Reese is a little bit deluded in regards to that. And I'd be happy to get you in this seat to tell you that as well, Reese. But I think he's been our best signing so far myself in regards to what we've seen. It brings on to the second best sign I think we've had so far as well, which is one player which I was not happy when we're linked with, because every time I'd seen him play previously, he was poor and looked really short defensively. But Cyrus Christie, £2.5 million from Derby, again looks an absolute snip.
Great player. Player. And the thing that I like about him is when he gets the ball, he just goes forward. I don't know if you've seen it yourself. He's obviously, when he gets the ball, he's not afraid to take on the man as well in front of him. And he gets past him, and then he'll get to the box and he'll try and get the best crossing possible. Yeah. Always try and find someone, and if he can't, he holds it up. Instead of coming back towards the defence, he'll hold it up, wait for someone to join him in the attack, and then pass it on. Yeah. And for $2 million, we can't complain.
No, definitely not. It's we had Nsue who was really good at delivering the box, but was found wanting defensively. I think Cyrus Christie's got the same going forward as Nsue, but slightly better defensively. He's probably the best right back we've had for a long time in regards to a player we've signed to play right back, because we've had a few loan signs, but in regards to permanent sign for right back, we've struggled probably since Luke Young, to be fair. We've stuck with Justin Hoyt for longer than we really wanted. But I think he's been a fantastic sign. I think he's worked out again. Starting for Ireland, he's playing ahead of Seamus Coleman for Ireland, which
mad.
It shows how much he's thought of at that level. Good, got the assist the other night as well. Good player. I've been impressed with him so far.
It's fantastic.
Good whip on his cross. You see, always looking to get that ball in the box, which I think plays into the hands of Britt Assombalonga, and definitely Rudy Gestede when you're playing him up top as well.
I think he sort of links up with Bamford as well on the right side. Yeah. When Bamford's out there, them two sort of just gel and sort of just click straight away. Definitely. It's obviously important to see in a team. Yeah. But like I say, when he gets forward, Bamford's always there or thereabouts waiting for him to obviously pass it on and put it in the box.
He'll have a lot of fun playing with Darmachiori because he doesn't end up very well. Okay, right, so next sign I'll bring up, which was our deadline day sign, our one only on deadline day, which is Marvin Johnson, £2 million winger from Oxford United. Thoughts on Marvin? What have you seen of him previously?
Do you know what? I don't know anything about him, truth be told. I don't know a thing. I know we played Oxford a couple of times. Yeah. But Marvin Johnson, when I seen we were linked, I just thought, alright, fair enough, we're going to get him. But I say, obviously, I don't know anything about him, so when I see him play, then I have to make a judgment. But
which is refreshing to hear from Boro fans, because a lot of fans on social media like to make a judgment before they've ever seen him play, because I've been told he's rubbish, but Boro fans haven't seen him play. He played last year at Riverside, but we haven't seen him play. I can't say Marvin Johnson is good or bad. His assist stats and goal stats last season look quite impressive. He's only one division below, and Oxford United played some good football, which we saw at Riverside last year in the FA Cup match. He will become highly recommended to Gary Monk, because Gary Monk's former assistant is a manager at Oxford United now. So I think he's come highly rated. £2 million for an attacker isn't really much. I've had friends calling him Mark Yates number 2, but I think he's got a little bit more than what Mark Yates had. I think £2 million, he's worth a punt. It gives us some more whiff, which, to be fair, this season we have been missing a lot of whiff, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, you know, Bamford, as we know, isn't really a winger, if you like.
He's an inside forward.
Yeah, and obviously Traore is just like a headless chicken. He sort of gets the ball and just runs and does the same move.
Then knocks the ball out. Yeah.
Obviously, if Monk's seen something in him, obviously in the new lad. I mean, fair enough. Just give him a go. What harm could it do for $2 million?
Well, that's it. I think he's going to be like probably an impact player to begin with.
Yeah.
If we're a game we're lacking some width, right, let's get Marvin Johnson on, someone to be a direct winger, to have a few pots on goal, get some cross in the box. And if he does that and shows his worth, why can't he force himself into a team? No, we can't sign big names all the time. We have to go into the lower leagues to try some of these players. And to be fair, over the last, I'd say I'll put another pound in Crank years and whatnot, we haven't gone to the lower leagues. I think the only time we really done it, Crank, Lee Tomlin from Peterborough, $1.5 million.
Yeah.
That's the only time I really.
And he turned out to be unreal.
Yeah, exactly. So what's wrong with doing it?
Yeah,
what's wrong?
It
It works. So we'll give that a go. Next signing, that was on the day before deadline, which was Ryan Shotton, defender from Birmingham City.
Yeah.
He'd done fantastic at centre half for Birmingham City. Played full back quite a lot of the time for Stoke. He's been in and around a lot of teams over the years. A lot of loan. He settled in Birmingham, done well. One thing I did notice with Ryan Shotton was in his interview with the Boro on their website, he's really enthusiastic about being here. This lad wants to play for this club, which automatically thinks, nice one lads, we'll give you a go. I can't say I've seen enough of Ryan Shotton, the centre half, to say whether he's good or bad though. I think he had a good game against us last time we were at Birmingham.
Yeah.
But from that, what do you think?
Do you know what, it's going to sound bad, but I personally don't rate him. I've seen Ryan Shotton play and whatnot, and I just don't rate him. And when I look at our team, I think, I know he's enthusiastic, which is obviously great for us to hear. And, you know, obviously fans are going to be over the moon to hear that. But where's he going to play? Like, I feel like Dale Fry, Ben Gibson. There's no way he can just come in and just take one of them out.
I don't think he reckons that's going to happen straight away though. I think Ryan Shotton's come here again, like Marvin Johnson. We need bodies, we need centre halves. We've only got 3 centre halves for Ryan Shotton signed. Ayala, Gibson and Dale Fry. We can't rely on Danny Ayala all season because he loves to get glass ankles in the winter.
Yeah.
So no.
As I say, if he plays and he plays them obviously fantastically well, my opinion's going to change. But I've seen him a handful of games. I feel like from what I've seen, I'm not overly impressed. I know he's good in the air, but that's about it really for me of what I've seen.
Yeah.
Obviously, if he comes and if Ben Gibson or Fry gets injured and he comes in, he's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Fair play to him, do you know what I mean? But from what I've seen, I can't say I'm overly impressed by him.
What you're saying with Shotton is what I was thinking of Cyrus Christie, so you never know.
Yeah, of course.
I've learned now to reserve my judgment because I can be terribly wrong.
Yeah, I'll say
that part's like a pull me up on. I don't mind being wrong if I say someone's going to be pants and then turn up being brilliant. Fantastic. What more do you want? To Boro Fan? It's great. So we'll go on. We've got 2 loan signings for the first team this year. The first one probably being the main one. Lewis Baker from Chelsea, central midfielder, also played the number 10 position. Had a great turn for England under 21s this summer. Great record in the Dutch League with Zessa Arnhem, but no, let's not read too much into that. See Alves' record. What's your thoughts on Lewis Baker?
I love him, man. I love him.
Love him?
I love Lewis Baker, and he always gives me a thumb up as well.
Does he?
As soon as he comes out the car park, so I'll pick up to Lewis Baker.
He's flirting, isn't he?
Obviously, do you know what I mean?
He's seen you on
it's the echo, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's the Ice Gem. If it's the Ice Gem that scared him, isn't it? And Lewis Baker for me, I think he's unbelievable. I want us to sign him like permanently. I know it's a big statement. We've only played a couple of games, but from what I'm seeing, man, he brings flair. He's just enthusiastic on the pitch. He wants to get forward. He wants to get a shot off.
Yeah.
He's just proving. You know, he's always learning the game. Okay. And I'm really impressed by him. I seen against Preston, I think he's pushed more out wide. I feel like it wasn't really. It didn't mean anything that wound up. I thought he's really good if you play him whereabouts he plays. Yeah. Push him out wide and his game's sort of affected, isn't it? You know what I mean? If he's come on loan to us, you can't expect him to play out wide. You know what I'm saying? No. Whereabouts he's been, he's obviously been playing in his role.
Do you ever play number 10 or central midfield? That's where he's always played.
Well, that's it. I mean, obviously, seen against Scunthorpe when he got his goal.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's only against Scunthorpe, but a player of his age, obviously try a shot, he tried and whatnot. He's really good. So again, it's a bit like Fletcher. He's only young, and when he matures himself, if we can sign him permanently, keep him and Fletcher together. I feel like them two could be a real force.
Yeah, I think so. I think Lewis Baker will turn out to be one of our best signings. I really do, and I hope we keep looking at him so far. He's that technical central midfielder we've been missing for a long time. And if we can get the best out of him, and I think playing not number 10 central midfield, but trying to dictate play. So you've got Adam Clayton, get him to sit there. right, there's the ball, Lewis, go do what you need to do, go forward and play football. And then you don't have to rely on Jonny Howson, 2 central midfielders defensively. You can go at Lewis' bit, right, go do that, go cause some bother. And he can do that because he's very, very clever. His first touch is fantastic. It reminds you of first touch similar to what Frank Lampard had, which maybe is the Chelsea way of coaching people to have a first touch. I think it's going to be a fantastic signing, and we'll see how the season goes. Keep him fit, get some goals behind him, a few assists. I think he'll rip the Championship up. I really do.
See, obviously with Forshaw as well, I know Forshaw plays where he plays at the minute. But I mean, I love Forshaw a bit, I do.
Yeah.
But I feel like Baker's come and he just gives it a little bit more than what Forshaw maybe does.
100%, yeah. I mean, Forshaw's got his limitations. Good lad. He grafts.
Yeah. The
lad's suffering from a bit of confidence, I'd say, at the moment. I think, another pound for the Cranker. I think Cranker coached a little bit of that out of him, scared him a little bit. Yeah. But, Lewis Baker's the full package, I think, and we'll see how that goes with him.
Of course.
Connor Roberts, our last signing we'll talk about here. Connor Roberts on loan from Swansea. Pretty much an unknown quantity on loan at Yeovil before, coming purely for full-back cover.
Yeah.
Anything else we can see on that one? Yeah.
No, I don't really know much about him.
I know that he looks a little bit like Espinoza. Probably best way I can describe him so far.
I mean, he gets forward. I mean, that's always a positive when a Boro player actually gets forward. But
that can be coached out them, don't worry about that. Don't get too excited about going forward. We can coach out them.
With Roberts, I don't know a lot about him, and I hope he obviously comes here and I hope he does well, because obviously as Boro fans may not know a lot about him, and that's what we need to see, just to see what his qualities are, I feel like. So yeah, best is yet to come from him, I reckon. I think so.
Again, he's good cover, and that's what he's been signed for. There's no illusion in anything from that, but if we get any injuries to the likes of Fabio, Cyrus Christie, George Friend, Connor Roberts can step in and do a job, which is what we wanted. And we just get Connor Roberts on loan cheap and get £1.2 million for James Husband. I know what I'd rather want. It's Connor Roberts on loan.
Yeah, of course.
And so overall, our signings, it came to around about £47 million as an investment.
Yeah.
Huge intent now, isn't it?
It's a lot of money, isn't it? For Championship clubs. I mean, obviously Wolves spent. But I think we spent obviously most in the Championship. I'm pretty sure we spent the most in the Championship, wasn't it?
Net spend we're not.
No.
We'll go on to in regards to our outgoing soon. Yeah. But net spend, Wolves are a lot more than us. A lot of teams are a lot more than us, to be fair. Because I think we've done well in regards to our outgoing this year and the way we've negotiated that, to be fair. There's Garona for some reason, like our players.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah. They paid money for Espinoza. Imagine that.
I wouldn't pay money for him.
No, not a chance. Yeah, we spoke our fans up on Facebook and Twitter in regards to what they think will be the best signing. They both on Facebook and Twitter unanimously was Assombalonga, so he got 52% of the votes on Facebook and over 70% of the votes on Twitter to be what Boro fans will think will be the best signing out of the summer. Everyone's going in regards to Assombalonga on social media. JT, what's your thoughts? Will be our best sign out of them not coming?
If I have to be honest, Randolph.
Right, you think he'll be the best sign out of the lot, yeah?
I think him and Assombalonga are obviously going to be fan favourites, I reckon. Pure Randolph's come in, as we know, Premier League. I mean, if he's a Premier League #1 as well, and he's dropped down to Championship, he's come in with an intent to obviously want to gain promotion with Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Obviously, with that CV would be nice.
Yeah.
Play for the best team in the North East as well. So it's all looking good for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Assombalonga, I say once he finds his feet, once he gets his confidence, if he bangs 20 goals in this season, it's going to be everyone's favourite, but I think them two especially, it's hard to pick which one's going to be better than which, but I think that both of them definitely are best signs in the summer, 100%.
It's hard to disagree. I mean, I'll be looking at Assombalonga, I'll be looking at Darren Randolph, definitely. I'll be looking at Lewis Baker as well, in regards to top signings I think will end up being for us. I think overall, in regards to our incomings, quite happy with that. We've also added quite a lot to our under-23 squad because we let a lot of players go at the back end of last season.
Yeah.
A lot of these players haven't really gone on to get big contracts elsewhere, but we got some new players in under-23s. A lot of Boro fans are getting frustrated because we're announcing under-23 signings early doors, but I was quite happy about that, as going to the non-leagues. We signed a young lad from Bury. Some good signings coming to this squad, and I think we'll do well.
Yeah, 100%. I think Wing, was it called Wing?
Yeah, Lewis Wing, yeah.
Non-league Messi, who got tipped as.
Yeah.
I think why not bring him in?
Jamie Vardy worked alright for Leicester, didn't he?
There you go, do you know what I mean? I think fans can be sometimes too quick to judge.
Yeah.
Give the lads a chance. I mean, if they're young as well, they're still trying to learn the game. Step up from non-league is a big step up.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder. The Championship is a lot harder to adapt to. And obviously, when we get promoted, which will be this season, Premier League's hard to adapt to as well.
Yeah,
so
presumptuous yourself you there, mate.
So you know what I mean. It's I think just give the lads a chance. Don't get on the back too much. I mean, you're still trying to learn the game. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm happy with that. Don't get on the lads' backs, don't get the clubs back.
Yeah, that's it.
We're investing in you. What's wrong with that? Well, if we bring players through, we haven't done it for a while really. No, Mr. Cranky didn't. Again, another pound. He didn't bring many young players through. Why can't Gary Monk be the next McLaren?
Yeah. Why not?
Didn't like that one, eh?
No.
Right, okay. We won't talk as much about the outgoings, but we'll go through them anyway. First signing, outgoing, Mr. Jordan Rhodes, Sheffield Wednesday, £10 million.
Yep.
He's certainly paid his money back, I think, with his goals back end of that season. Without them goals, I think we struggled to get promotion. I think Gaston was a bigger reason for us getting promoted, but John Rhodes got the goals. Yeah. £10 million, good return back for us.
I felt sorry for him, he came in, and I mean, everybody wanted him, I think, I wanted him especially. And he came in, and obviously I know he didn't play that often and whatnot, and when he did play, I thought he looked good. Yeah. Obviously he leads away that year when he had a couple of chances missed him. Yeah. Goals wrongly put offside. And I don't think Grant grabbed him that much with confidence and whatnot. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously, especially when we battled that much to get him as well, and he didn't last that long here, so yeah. I am gutted, and if he scores past us this season, it's going to make us look a bit stupid.
Well, he's struggling for game time at Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. Yeah. He wasn't the manager's signed at Sheffield Wednesday as he wasn't at Middlesbrough, so he might not even play against us. Yeah. I hope he doesn't, because I think the lad's a top goal scorer. I really do. Big fan of his. His movement off the ball is fantastic, and for a small lad, what a leap he's got as well.
Oh yeah.
Kind of miss him, but yeah, I would like to keep with it.
He's quality. I mean, he showed at Blackburn how good he was. Yeah. I mean, Huddersfield as well.
In a poor team as well. Yeah. So next signing, next outgoing, we'll go on to midfield headless chicken himself, Mr. Martin de Roon, £12 million back to Atlanta. I'm personally astounded we've made a profit on the player. He was a fan's favourite for the Borough because of the thing he works hard. But I'll go and work hard for free. Doesn't mean I'm a footballer. But Martin de Roon gone £12 million. You're going to miss him?
Yeah, loads.
Jesus.
I'm really sorry for I'm a massive fan of him.
Based on? Because he works hard?
He's just a grafter. He just,
there we go.
He put a shift in every single game. He put a shift in for us.
I'll go and put a shift in, mate.
I'll put a shift in.
I don't want 60 grand a week for it either.
When I seen him he was going, I was proper gutted, and when I seen he was gone, like properly, I was devastated, to be honest.
I think it's an
I thought he was a terrific player. I really did. Really, I'm gutted to see the back of him.
Do you know what? We won more games when he wasn't playing a percentage last season. When he played central midfield, he left a stupid amount of gaps because he'd go running for tackles where he didn't need to, so there was space in behind him. He was a most took-on footballer in the Premier League last season.
Yeah. Obviously, I didn't know that stat.
There we go.
Oh well, Molly, I don't know. I mean, either way, I'm still going to miss him, I think.
Yeah, that's certainly. No, we've made a good £3 billion with him, which I think is an unbelievable bit of business. So well done, Bowser, on that one, mate. You played a blinder. Next one, fans' favourite, Gaston Ramirez. Gone £8 million to Sampdoria.
Snake. Hate the bloke. Hate him. Don't ever come back to England. Hate the bloke. Absolutely hate him.
Sound like a right-wing politician there.
I just don't like him. Simple as that. Yeah, he's just a snaky man.
Snaky man. Well,
don't ever wear the Boro shirt ever again.
Well, to be fair, in regards to the graphics on the screen there, everyone's just seeing the snake from the Jungle Book. It's I'll miss Gaston in regards to creativity, what a player he was.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
I think Gary Monk was willing to give him a chance. I think the final straw was, I wasn't a fan of it at all, but the Red Faction booed him coming on against Augsburg. Appalling behaviour. I'll never boo a player in the Boro shirts.
I won't ever boo a player.
No.
Same as Stewie Down a few weeks ago, everyone booed him when he came on.
It was stupid.
Couldn't understand that. So
Moronic.
If he's wearing a Boro shirt, get behind him, that's what I always say.
If you don't know, he comes back in a Newcastle shirt, boo the hell out of him. As soon as he's got that red shirt on for the Boro, though, you
applaud him.
Yeah, you don't even have to applaud him.
Yeah.
If you don't like him, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Look, what are you going to do? I paid £400 a year to come watch his team now. I'm going to boo that player as he comes on so he has a terrible game. Moronic. Yeah. Absolutely moronic. Makes no sense whatsoever. Anyone who does that needs a head check.
Silly
really
boys, mate. Silly boys.
Next signing, outgoing. Brilliant bit of business. We got money for Bernardo Espinosa. The graphic people will be seeing up now is probably the only centre half who's been as bad as him, Mr. Phil Whelan, who was a fantastic Brian Robson signing. We signed him on deadline day, March 95, but they never went through in time, so he was a Borough player, he wasn't out of player, so he ended up playing 95, 96 season, 96, 97. And then don't know what happened to his career. I think he's a head teacher now, actually.
Is he?
Phil Whelan, yeah, but let's not talk about Phil Whelan anymore. Bernardo Espinosa, we got £4 million for Espinosa. How's that happened?
Great money.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
I didn't rate him. He actually wound me up when he used to play me. He used to get angry.
Yeah.
Espinosa, useless.
He used to defend square, turn the circle of a milk float. I don't know what he offered. Johnny, he had lovely hair.
It kind of reminded me of Haas when Haas was here years ago.
Yeah. He had lovely hair, lovely olive skin, gorgeous bloke. Rivaled George Friend for that, but what an awful footballer. Do you know what? Messi said he was the best defender he played against in the league the year previous. He got the Liga Team of the Year.
No way.
I know. It shows how terrible defenders are in that league, doesn't it?
Obviously.
Yeah,
mad.
He's gone. Fantastic bit of business.
Great.
See you later on, mate. That was brilliant. One always good for a goal. He grafted. He used to get played out wide. He's not a winger. Christian Stuani, £3 million to Girona as well.
Big loss.
Big loss. A lot of goals, important goals.
Scored a cracking goal against Sunderland.
Yeah.
Right in the top bin. There's no catching.
To be fair, like during his 2 seasons at the Boro, he's by far our best finisher.
He scored important goals. That was one against Brighton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was
Ipswich goals.
When he got played in the right position, that's the thing. He scored goals.
Yeah. Where he was best for us was when we're on the attack with the Doma on the left and I say Stuani was playing the right. He could go around the back stick.
Yeah.
And he played quite well. If you were asking him to do a winger's job, don't forget about it. It doesn't work. He's not a winger. He's a forward. He's a centre forward. He's a goal scorer. And good enough that. I'll miss Stuani. Good player for the club. Next one we'll go on to was Martin Braithwaite's international teammate. Victor Fischer went for £2.7 million to Mainz in Germany. We didn't see an awful lot of him. We saw a few glimpses in the first half of the season where he looked impressive. He looked direct. He got the same amount of assists as Mr. Downing, who played a lot less games last season. But he wasn't happy at the Borough because of his lack of game time. Opportunity missed with Victor Fischer?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't watched videos of him before he came to the club. He looked a good player. Sheffield Wednesday.
I look alright on YouTube, you know.
So do I.
Yeah. No more plugs.
No. But no, Victor Fischer, I would like to see more of him. Gutted when he went, obviously. Players that I haven't really given the chance, I'm always good to see. But like I say, if he came back one day, I'd have to see him back in a Borough shirt. I don't know if he'll ever come back to Borough now, but
I think his time in England's gone. I don't think he'll be back in England again. He'll have a good career in Germany.
Of course he will,
keeps himself fit, good lads. He never moaned.
No.
He was never on social media complaining about anything. He went, best of luck, lads.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm just ashamed I didn't see more.
He's had a great career, hasn't he?
Yeah, James Husband, £1.2 million Norwich City, which I think again is another fantastic bit of business. He never looked convincing in a Borough shirt. Okay, he didn't play a lot, but he never looked convincing. He always went out on loan. When I seen him play for us, I look at Hull City last season, he got absolutely rinsed.
I was there for that as well.
Yeah, he got absolutely rinsed. I remember playing Blackpool at home, and Ishmael Miller teared him apart.
Ishmael Miller.
Yeah, you know.
What a name.
If you get torn apart by Big Ish, you've got issues, haven't you?
Yeah, big issues. Big issues. Go back to the training ground for like months and then big issues.
Yeah, but he's Norwich City's player now.
Let them have him.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time there.
Yeah, best of luck to him. It would be nice. Good friend of Adam Clayton's. And Adam Clayton's a fan favourite. Alex Baptiste never really played much for us.
I was there to witness his broken leg.
Yeah, that never helped his career.
That noise keeps going from your head of hearing his leg break.
Yeah, it's a big crunch that, wasn't it?
Big crunch, man. Never ever leave me ears that. Never.
Yeah. Never really played for us.
Best
of luck to him. Good chance.
He looked alright, apart from he broke his leg, but he looked alright in that game.
Steady away. He'll do alright where he is. I think he's a good, steady championship centre half.
Yeah.
He'll do alright. Brad Guzan, Atlanta, Dr. Evil himself. Literally the worst goalkeeper we've had since Bradley Jones. Absolutely awful goalkeeper.
I completely agree. To why we ever signed him, I will never know.
Well, I think Victor Orto, who came with his big, massive contact book, which went from 8 to Aston Villa. I just never saw why. He's pants.
Yeah, he's rubbish. He was diabolical here.
What I used to love about Brad Guzan, he'll screw up, and then he'll come out walking from his gun going, kicking off. No, mate, no, your pants. So yeah, least about him the better. One I want to talk about here, Mr. Bean, Antonio Barragan, gone loan to Real Betis. He was good, wasn't he?
See, I liked him, mate.
Oh, Jesus.
Seriously, I know it's. I genuinely liked him.
What game do you watch?
It sounds. I know.
I don't follow him on YouTube.
I do follow me on YouTube. Obviously, I knew he couldn't throw a ball in. That was fair enough. Obviously, throwings weren't especially.
Couldn't defend.
He was okay.
He was all right centre half.
Yeah,
he played 3 games there.
I liked him in the sense he was okay.
He was okay.
He was alright.
I can be okay.
5 out of 10 each game. He was alright.
Generous. We've had a few 2 loan signs go out. Conor Ripley's gone along to Burton, so in the Championship, and Julian Desart's gone to the Van again. I don't think Julian Desart has much of a future at the club, but I think Conor Ripley may well do. But Darren Randolph still has a lot of years left in him, so it's a funny one, that.
Until we signed Darren Randolph, I thought Conor Ripley should have been given his chance, and obviously we knew how he was going to grow.
A lot of Boro fans are upset about that because we would like to see Conor Ripley given his chance, but I think a player like Randolph comes on, you got to go for that.
Of course. Obviously when Demi retires, if he's still going to be next season or whatever, Ripley will be there. But I'm not saying I'd love to see Ripley have his chance.
Yeah.
I think he's done his fair bit of loan spells, if you like.
Oh, he's done the graft. He's served his time. I think he'll be number 2 next year. I think Demi will concentrate on his lovely mixed grill.
I think he's a great goalkeeper as well, especially with him being so young.
Yeah.
I think his best.
I was a big fan of his dad as well. Julian Desart, gone along to the Van again. I don't think he's got much of a future at the club. He looks a very tidy central midfield, but you're not going to get much from him. He's going to be sideways passing without the tackling, so we don't need that. One who's gone, huge impact on the club now from promotion season. Huge fans' favourite. He's currently with no club because nobody else wants him. Carlos De Pena. I'll take your silence as your comments on it. Carlos De Pena gone, yeah. Victor Valdez has retired. Left the club under a little bit of a cloud, I think.
Yeah. What was that story about? Something about playing tennis with Gaston or something. I've seen that come out.
I don't know.
Apparently he refused to play his last 7 games or something because
he did. He was a Cranker favourite. Big fan of Arto Crank, which is why he came. There was a rumour he wasn't happy with the fans in regards to the chants coming out were going down against Burnley at home. He wasn't too happy about that. But it's what it is, isn't it? We were sick of the season. We'll go on to the overall incomings there, just short of 41 million. Good going, good bit of business. Gaston Ramirez, in regards to the fans that voted who they're going to miss the most, Gaston Ramirez won massively with 44%, which I'm sure you're going to be a huge fan.
Creativity wise, that's what maybe he's missed, but now we've got Baker. Who knows? I mean, he's very creative. He's a creative player.
Yeah.
And if he gets his chance, see you later, Gaston, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Snake.
So Tins our net spend just over 6 million, which isn't an awful lot when you look at it that way. £6 million investment, consumed on the TV money.
Yeah.
I think we probably were willing to spend more, but it's just maybe a little bit too late. Some of the deals didn't get done. Overall thoughts on the transfer window, how do you think it's went for us?
I think it's went pretty well,
I'm
happy with the signs that have come in. So for a good season. It's going to be a good season because Boro will be in the Premier League next season.
I think we've certainly give Gary Monk the tools to do the job, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, very generous of Mr Gibson to give us the money he gave us.
Yeah.
And obviously, in putting that money in, you've obviously got a firm belief that Boro will do something this season. And I mean, let's just wait and see how the season goes.
Okay, sounds good to me. Are you a big fan of Deadline Day?
Yes.
Right.
I sit there in my room with Deadline Day on from the minute I wake up to the minute it ends.
Fair enough, mate.
With my Pringles and my Coke. I enjoy it.
Fair enough. You're painting a lovely picture here, mate.
That's it, mate, that's it.
AJT single, by the way, ladies, so no, don't hook him up on YouTube. He's a right catch. If you like Pringles and Coke, you're in for a good night.
That's it. Bit of popcorn on the side.
But splash out, get some salsa dip for them as well.
Might get palm oil, we've got a bit of spare change.
Well, you're right, Carl, had some nice palm oils in right, Carl.
Not bad, you know. Shout out Marcos too.
Right, fair enough. Good shout out there. Right, we'll go on to the Bolton match now, AJT.
Yes.
Back to football, finally. We're not no more this international Codswallop and Gareth Southgate's lovely teams. It's national fans are starting to see what we put up with for a few years now. He's Gareth Southgate, best captain I've seen at the Borough. Lift out first trophy, adore him as a Borough legend. My God, he was an awful manager, really bad. And he's showing that at England level now. So we don't have to worry about internationals now.
No.
Focus on the Bolton game. What's your thoughts? What do you think's going to happen?
Bolton's a tough place to go for us, but as we know,
well, we've out of our last 6 games against Bolton, we've not lost any of them. One draw.
Members of their place. I know it's been tough to go to their place. I know we won our last. Two.
We've won our last 2 there.
But before that, I know it was obviously a couple of years ago before we won. Bolton are bottom of the league.
Yes. For a reason.
Well, Boro should have no problems. I say this. but we know what happens when. Maybe we only have to go for that season.
Boro.
When Man City played Boro last season, we got the 2-2.
Yeah.
Teams underestimate teams at the bottom of the obviously at the bottom. We've got to be wary of what they're going to bring. Obviously they're at home. Had a good 2 weeks off. We're fresh, they're fresh. Got to stick to our game plan. Got to get that early goal. We cannot start slow. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Start slow, you get punished. Look at Forest.
Oh, 100%. You cannot start slow in this league because teams are going to come at you. And we're a big scalp in this league. We're a big scalp. So even our last visit to Bolton, the Rhodes game, Bolton came up us that day.
Of course,
we were very sluggish starting there, but obviously we ended up getting the win. I think we've got more than enough to beat these.
Of course, yeah. I think if Braithwaite's back as well, he's going to want to try and get on the ball,
Everyone's
try and get a feel for the championship.
Yeah.
Hopefully Assombalonga can bag a few goals for us. But yeah, it's all about starting quick.
Yeah.
Start quick, get the early goal, and then follow up with it. Don't sit back on it. Follow up on it, try and get another, and then try and just see the game out from there.
Yeah.
Both are going to come out with a lot of attack. We've just got to put up with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. We should be winning games like this. We really should be. Bolton are a fantastic team. They're not the force they once were. We're a much better outfit than them.
Of course.
It's a nice stadium to go and play football. We're going to have the whole stand behind them, so the atmosphere is going to be superb. I'm looking forward to it. It is one of my favourite away days as well.
Yeah.
Best away day pie, by the way, just in case you start getting on the pies away. The best away day pie.
You're going to have one on Saturday.
It's superb. Great place to go play football. That's where we need to be, and we should be winning that game. Right. Thanks for joining us, Boro fans. It's been another fantastic show. Hope you've enjoyed it. Just let you know that Guesty and the guys will be at Bolton. So once we get our first away win of the season, go see the lads. Give yourselves an interview. I'm sure AJT will be on camera again. He's not shy of the camera, this lad. Just say thank you for coming on, AJT. An absolute pleasure having you on, mate. I hope we get you on again soon. Thanks for viewing. See you all soon.